Welcome to workflow number 2. In the first workflow, we went in through Edit My Projects and entered some core information and walked through the basic workflow to create a project. We talked about mandatory fields, we talked about calendar controls, some basic financial information that you enter, and at the end of that workflow, we talked about sending it off for approval and getting it back. For refining your project, you're going to wait to get approval back, and then you're going to go into the second point of entry for working your project management items, and that is the management console. So edit my projects when you're starting off, management console when you're ready to continue. Management console opens up, project management console, and you're going to see a number of items depending on how many you have opened and in what different processes they're in. You simply open them by clicking the caret next to the item. In my case, I've got several open for testing and training purposes. We're going to open up the approved because that's where we're waiting to hear back to see if our project is approved by Ian and Joe. You're now going to see a list of projects that are open for you, and we're going to look for our project called I, and we see it right there, first item. By clicking on that project, it's opened up core information for us. Let's have a little look at the UI real estate again. On the left-hand side here, you're going to see profile, and if you click profile, it's going to bring up a profile for the project name. Now, the profile is the basic core project information. It allows you to see and enter information there and edit it if you so wish. You're also going to notice that there is a drag bar here, so if you want to see more information from this frame, simply drag it over. And if you're not seeing everything that you want to see, or if you want to try adjusting the UI a little bit, you can go up to your URL bar and click Reset View. Sometimes if you've got things zoomed or in or out, it can help to put that back to 100%. In our case, we're ready to look into the next step here, which is to go into the work package by clicking I, which is the name of our work package. And you're going to see that it's brought up the work package profile and contract screen. Now, the bidding process in BCIT could change in the future, but for right now, we're not going to be sending this out for bid. We're simply going to hit the skip bidding process. So you've got a work package. You'll remember that's part of a project, and we're going to hit the skip bidding process. That brings you into the screen where you're going to enter the core information. So we're going to put J. Messner 123 as a fake vendor. We're going to put the amount of the contract in for $8,000, and we're going to put a start date, end date in. We're going to press approve and sign contract. And next we're going to go actions. We are going to select more options and copy baseline costs. Tells us that we need to select one to copy the baseline cost. And then it gives us this dialog telling us that if there's a baseline value associated that we put in at an action level, that it's going to copy it down into the design costs area, and we'll press yes. In this case, we had a baseline and we've got a design. It's now being carried down into the design cost of $9,000 there. And if you wanted to go down and change the A, B, C, or D of the 1553 from a design cost perspective, you click on the 9,000, scroll down, and you're going to see costs where you can enter D, C, B, or A and your new cost in that area. Once you're done adjusting those costs, you would come up and save your project profile and then go back to home. So in workflow number 1, we started off by creating a new project and entering the core information, and then through the Edit My Projects project entry point. In the second workflow that we just went through, we went through the management console and we looked at completing the work packages, skipping the bidding process, and then refining your estimates. That's it for workflow number 2. Workflow number 3, we'll talk about monitoring your project. Thank you.